Yeah, okay. You called William Wilberforce William Wilberfarce. Why?
Wilberfarce is a name, and also I think you may have heard the term Wilberfest.
Wilberfarce. Yeah.
And I think it's kind of self-explanatory in that Abolition 200, as far as the main headline seemed to be, is about the British commemorating something that they actually were instrumental in starting and progressing and building their country on. But the focus has been on a bicentenary which they seem to be very proud that Britain was the first to abolish. So within that, there's a focus on the people who made it legal to enslave us, almost patting themselves on the back that they were the first to stop doing this. And William Wilberforce has been put forward as one of those people who are responsible for the emancipation of enslaved African people in British colonies. And William Wilberforce did play a role. It's not as significant as people think it is. And what that whole message of William Wilberforce as being key to the emancipation of African people, what that does is says to African people, look, we freed you. It's us, it's because of us that you have your freedom. Yeah, so it does set up this very uncomfortable, insidious picture of Europeans being the liberators of African people, without very much attention to the role that it played in starting this thing in the first place, and the level of resistance that African people engaged in trying to stop this thing. Now, when I talk about resistance, I am not just talking about once they arrived in the Caribbean and in the Americas. I'm talking about resistance on the motherland. I'm talking about resistance in the Middle Passage. I'm talking about resistance on the plantations. I'm talking about methods of resistance, rebellion and revolution that are not comfortable things to talk about, and those are the stories that are not being told in this whole Abolition 200. We have a focus, I think, on palatable abolitionists of African descent, like Olaudah Equiano and Ignatius Sancho, who were prepared to sit round the table, who wrote books, who engaged in dialogue to progress abolition. And I think that's a good thing. But if that is the only means by which African people would have secured a change for them, then I think it's an unfortunate representation because it's untrue and it's incorrect. So Abolition 200, I think the premise is a deficit one for that, because 1807 is about the Europeans, the British, passing a law which says we're not going to trade anymore. We're still going to enslave you because we're not going to pass a law for that bit. We're just going to stop the trade, so we're actually going to stop the operation of the Middle Passage, essentially. So what you find then is that is reduced, not stopped, just like the 1976 Racial Relations Act did not stop racism. The Slave Trade Act of 1807 didn't end the trading in enslaved African people. What it did actually do was cause African people to die in great numbers, because these illegal, what became illegal ships, cargo ships for want of a better phrase, would then be throwing African people overboard when they fear that they would be caught illegally transporting enslaved Africans. So I personally can't see anything to celebrate in that, and I can't see why anybody else would. And so this whole notion of this act being significant to African people is a fallacy.